Hey guys, welcome to my Instagram page. Today is my first lesson. I decided to do this because I wanted to help those who are struggling, and I have the professional background of teaching English as a second language at a community college, and my background in linguistics also super duper helps me, especially when it comes to finding connections between different languages. So I hope that my experience and my professionalism can be of assistance to you, and we'll see how this goes. So today's lesson, the first lesson, is going to be a pronunciation lesson, which is, I think, one area where I'm more skilled than in other areas of English, but of course I can teach all. But pronunciation, and today's focus is going to be on numbers. Numbers are important because when we go to buy stuff, for example, we want to know how much something costs, and if we think something cost $13, but it actually cost $30, then we're in big trouble, right? So numbers are important, and that's just one example of how. So today's focus is going to be on pronunciation, on numbers, specifically between teens and tens. So before I get into the lesson, I want to tell you what does that mean? What is a teen number and what is a 10 number? Teen numbers, when I refer to them, are numbers that end in teen, like 13, 14, 15. Okay, tens are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, so on. So teens versus tens, even those words are similar terms. So today's lesson is going to be focused on that, and that only has 2 rules. Short and simple. I think you can get it, and I hope by the end of this lesson everything becomes clear to you. So, teens and tens. Let's see on this board. We have a few examples. We have 13 here, 30 here, 15 here, 50 here. What are the 2 rules? They have to do with sound and stress. So let's take a look at this example. We have 2 numbers, 14 versus 40. I've spelled them out here. Okay. When we talk about pronunciation, I'll spell things out for the sake of visual purposes, but we don't really want to associate pronunciation with spelling because, as you might know, a lot of words in English are spelled really weird. And spelling is not an indication of how things sound. In fact, it can be quite confusing if you think of it that way. So when we talk about pronunciation in English, throw it in the garbage. Spelling, throw it in the garbage. Okay? We're talking about sounds, not spelling. So for this purpose, I spelled it out, but we're going to be talking about the sounds. So here we have 14 and 40, okay? So I'm saying it a little bit weird, not like a native speaker, and I'm doing it on purpose because I'm saying it with the T sound that you see spelled here. But we don't say it like that, okay? We do say 14 with a T sound, but here we say 40 with a D sound, okay? What's the difference between those two? Well, the positioning of the tongue, teeth, and lips are the same for both of those sounds. So T versus D, T, D. Same thing's happening. Tongue is behind the top row of your teeth, slightly touching the top of your mouth. For T, this we call voiceless sound. And here's why. When we produce this sound, we use our breath only. T, T. Okay? Notice it's soft. Versus D. D is a voiced sound because we use our voice. If you put your hand on your throat, you can hear your throat vibrate when you make voice sounds. D, D. We're using our voice. We're vibrating our vocal cords to produce this sound. So T versus D. Voiceless versus voiced, okay? Terms to think about because they're used a lot in pronunciation. I don't want to get into the details, but something you might want to look into. Okay, so here we have 2 sounds again, 14, T, and 40, D. So voiceless here, 14, voiced here, 40. Rule number 2, and it doesn't matter the order of rules, I'm just writing them both. Rule number 2 is stress. What is stress? Stress means where do you stress your voice? Where do you make your voice stronger or louder? Which part of the word do you do this, okay? So in English, we have different syllables, and a lot of languages have words with different syllables. And in English, we stress different parts of the word, and sometimes the stress can change the meaning of a word even. So it's important to consider that as well. So stress with these kind of numbers differs in this way. With teens, the stress is on the second syllable. So you see that little tick mark there? That indicates stress. You might see it in a dictionary or on Google or some other device. That indicates stress. Here we have 2 syllables. 14, 14, 14. Second syllable gets that stress. I don't say 14, I say 14. Okay? Whereas here, the stress is on the first syllable, that tick mark there. First syllable. 40. So again, sound and stress. 40. We don't say 40, we say 40. So the stress or the push in my voice is on that first syllable. So there you have it. Plain and simple. Sound and stress. T versus d, and second syllable versus first syllable. Take a look at this example. 17 versus 70. Same thing. Let's apply those rules. The sound in the teen should be a t, pure T. The sound in the 10 should be a d, like dog. Okay? The stress in the teen should be on the second syllable. 17, or sorry, in this case it's the final syllable. I should say the final syllable because some teen numbers do have more than 2. Final syllable, okay? 17 versus 70. 70. Not 70, 70. Okay? 17, 70. Okay? So, let me write down what I just told you. The 2 rules are as follows. Teens, the sound of the T is t, t, like Tom, like tongue, like tomorrow. In the 10s, the sound is a d, like dog, like dig, like door. And then the stress. The stress for the teens is on the last syllable, so on the teen part, versus the stress on the 10s, which is on the first syllable. So, there you have it. 2 simple rules to differentiate and to also be able to produce. So not only is pronunciation important for listening, but it's important for speaking as well. So we don't have to say, what did you say? 17, 18, 80? What did you say? So hopefully that helps. Comment below if things are confusing. Open to suggestions. This is my first show here. So let me know what you think. You can send me a private message if you feel more comfortable. And also give me any suggestions that you have. If there's any particular issues that you want to work on that are not clear to you, let me know. Send me a message or write me in the comments. And I'll see you guys next week.